In 1967, a high school teacher in California started a small experiment. 5 days later, it had grown into a fascist movement, 200 students strong. And the most frightening part was how easy it had been. You like to think you would never fall for it. That if you had lived in Nazi Germany, you would have seen through it, resisted, said no. This is the story of the week that suggests you are probably wrong. This is Forbidden Lessons, where we dig up the dark truths about power and human nature they never taught you in school. So stay with me. His name was Ron Jones, and he taught history at Cubberley High School in Palo Alto. That spring, his class reached the Second World War, the death camps, and the murder of 6 million people. And then, the way Jones told it, a student asked him a question he could not answer. How could ordinary Germans, the shopkeepers, the teachers, the farmers, claim they knew nothing? How did millions of normal people just go along with it? Jones did not have an answer. So instead of explaining it, he decided to do something no teacher should ever do. He decided to show them. He would build a little fascism of his own, right there in the classroom, and see what happened. Day 1. He called it Strength Through Discipline. He told the students that real power begins with order. He drilled them to sit upright, feet flat, hands behind their backs, to stand beside their desks when answering, to begin every reply with, "Mr. Jones." It should have felt ridiculous. It did not. The way Jones later told it, something strange happened almost instantly. The students did not resist the rules. They loved them. The room felt sharper, cleaner, more alive. Discipline felt good. Day 2, Strength Through Community. Jones gave the movement a name, the third wave. He gave them a symbol and a salute, a cupped hand raised to the shoulder. And he told them that they were now part of something bigger than themselves. For teenagers, lonely, unsure, desperate to belong, it was intoxicating. To be told you matter, that you are part of an elite, that out there is us, and everyone else is them. They started saluting each other in the hallways. The third wave was leaking out of the classroom. Day 3, Strength Through Action. The class of 30 had swelled to over 200. Kids were ditching their other classes just to be in the room. Jones handed out membership cards. He gave them assignments. And he gave a few of them a special secret task: to report anyone who criticized the third wave. And here is the detail that should chill you. He never had to order them to inform on each other. He simply made it possible. And by his account, students began turning in their own classmates, entirely unprompted. The hunger to belong did the rest. The students who would not join were shoved, mocked, and frozen out. Parents began calling the school, alarmed by slogans their children had suddenly started reciting. In just 3 days, a history lesson had grown teeth. Jones himself later admitted the truth. He was enjoying it, the power, the adoration. 200 teenagers hanging on his every word. He had set out to teach a lesson, and the experiment was starting to teach him one instead. It was time to end it, but not quietly. Day 4, Strength Through Pride. Jones told the students a staggering lie, that the third wave was not just their school. It was a secret nationwide youth movement, that there was a leader, a candidate for president. And tomorrow, at a rally, he would appear on live television to announce it to the world. Day 5, Friday. Over 200 students packed into the hall, standing in disciplined ranks, banners raised, waiting to meet their leader. It felt like a pep rally. It felt like a church. It was neither. Jones turned on the television, and the screen showed nothing but static. The students waited, confused. And then Jones told them the truth. There was no leader. There was no national movement. There never had been. Look at yourselves, he said. Look at what you were so willing to become. And then he played them real footage, the rallies, the marching, the ordinary German faces in the crowd cheering. You thought you were special, he told them. You thought you were chosen. So did they. You would have made good Nazis. The room fell completely silent. Some students were crying, many could not look at each other. In 5 days, with nothing but a few rules and a place to belong, ordinary kids had learned to love giving themselves away. Ron Jones quietly ended the experiment. And for years, most of the students barely spoke about it. They were not ashamed of what had been done to them. They were ashamed of how much they had liked it. And here is the lesson it leaves us with. The third wave did not work because those students were evil. It worked because they were normal. The craving to belong, to feel special, to stand with an us against a them. That hunger isn't a relic. It isn't German. It's human. It's in you. The Germans who let it happen were not monsters from another planet. They were people, shopkeepers, teachers, parents. They were us. And the most dangerous lie you can ever tell yourself is that you would have been different. So let me ask you, honestly, if you had been in that classroom in 1967, sitting up straight, feeling that warm rush of belonging, do you really believe you would have been the one to stand up and walk out? Be honest with me in the comments. If this got under your skin, then watch this next. Because one ragged, illiterate peasant used almost exactly this same psychology. The belonging, the devotion, the spell, to seize control of an entire empire. That's the story of Rasputin. Watch it next. That was today's forbidden lesson. Stay curious, stay a little bit skeptical, and subscribe, because the lessons they never taught you are the ones that matter most. I'll see you in the next one.